Hey everybody, it's Deana again with the Rhode Island Wave newspaper and our spotlight interview series that I tape here at the lovely Cowesett Inn. And I have a very special guest with me today. You may recognize her. She is a local legend in her own right, comedian, been around the block, if I might say so. Doreen Collins. Doreen.
Yay! I'll agree with the been around the block kind of thing. As far as the other stuff, it's
No, I watched you perform many times from the audience. You didn't know I was there because that's how I like to.
creeping on me.
No, that's how I like to be in the audience. I
Really?
just like to be, yeah.
Huh. Because I usually look at every single person because you can have 200 people in front of you and telling jokes. I know when I'm up there, I will find that one guy that doesn't think I'm funny. And he's my goal.
Oh, no. Okay. No. Yeah, no, I'm usually the person in the audience who's like, I don't want to be part of the show. I know it's terrible, but it's just how I roll. That's how I roll. But it's wonderful that, you do what you do. And you've been doing it a very long time, and you have your partner in crime there. What is the name of that show? Aging Disgracefully?
Aging Disgracefully, and I do that with Charlie Hall, speaking of legends.
Yes.
And he tells me all the time, you're working with a legend. And I'm like, yeah, I know, whatever.
Well, you are the only female comedian. Or I don't know if you only are the first female comedian that was inducted into the Rhode Island Comedian
Hall of Fame.
Yes. So there you have it. That's an honor, right?
It is. And I take the honor. How many of you have heard of the Rhode Island Comedy Hall of Fame? That isn't what's important. I did take that honor to heart and started doing once a year a female comedy show, all female rather. All female comedians sponsored by female-owned businesses with a portion of each ticket price going to a female-based charity. Name of the show is The Ladies' Room. I did it for 10 years. I took last year off because I wanted to try some other stuff. And I'm thinking about bringing it back.
Wonderful. Yeah, well, we need you. Oh. We need you to be out there making us laugh. And we're going to let the cat out of the bag early. Doreen is going to be writing a column for the Rhode Island Wave beginning in the September issue, where she talks to you all candidly. Can I say that? Is that a good word? And with a little bit of satire.
Yes. I'm gonna pretend I'm Carrie Bradshaw or Irma Bombeck, but I'm just gonna make it up. It's just thank you for the opportunity. I'm really excited to do it because I would integrate it into my comedy, except my memory is not that good. So to have a place to kind of amuse myself on a regular basis, I appreciate it.
Oh, good. Well, so that's wonderful. You're going to amuse yourself and amuse the audience at the same time. And isn't that what it's all about, right? I mean, I think perhaps I'm amusing myself with this whole shtick. My one-man band that I call it the experiment.
You're a force to be reckoned with. I admire what you do. You're running the whole paper. You're doing the advertising. You're writing. You're doing this. I
want to be the Merv Griffin of Rhode Island. The female Merv Griffin of Rhode Island. And a lot of people, you may not know who Merv Griffin is. Look him up. I loved Merv Griffin. Every day after school, I'd come home and I'd watch the Merv Griffin show, and it was the best thing. And it was pure entertainment. And he'd have a cooking segment and a musical segment and a political segment, and then something very serious. And he just moved from one thing to the other with grace and style, and it was the best.
Yeah. I see now. I want to be the Betty White of Rhode Island.
Oh boy.
Because I want to be doing what I'm doing for the next 50 years. And I'm not stopping until I get a stamp with my face on it.
Ooh, well, that's a goal. Now, would that be a Rhode Island stamp or a stamp or a fully federalized
I would like
state?
I'd like it national so that millions of people could lick my head.
Well, we don't lick them anymore.
Oh. I have been.
I'm sorry. We're playing Stump the Comedian. One for me. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I'm sorry. So your goal to being licked in the afterlife that's just been
No, just to be entertaining when I'm 100 years old. You know?
Yeah. The only problem with the goal of the stamp, you wouldn't know because you can't have a stamp until after you pass.
Oh,
Only dead people are on stamps.
I can wait.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Let's. My thought is, I saw the column, her very first column, and it's about aging, being your age, and I'm closer to 60 than 50, and I think I finally make sense. Do you think you finally make sense?
Yes and no. I would say yes, except I would have said yes at 50, and then now I'm 66, so now I know even more of what I didn't know. So
Right. You make more sense every day.
yes, the older you get, the stupider you were.
Oh my God, yeah.
So that's
we do not want 20-year-old me in the room.
no. And I say that people always say, "Oh, I wish I were 16 again."
Oh God, no.
Oh my God.
Dumb as rocks, really bad.
Oh,
and what's worse than being dumb as rocks is thinking you know everything. Oh
yeah. No.
And now I tell people we have Google for that. Oh, we don't even have to memorize all those fun facts.
No, but they can get information. They, being kids, can get information quicker, but they need more information.
Yes.
I wouldn't want
Well, they need more experience.
Well, experience, but do you know the pressure on kids these days?
Yes.
The school, the technology, I can barely use my phone.
Yeah, no, that's a terrible amount of pressure we're putting on kids. I actually just saw something that said in Norway, they don't even give kids homework until they're like 16. And they have the number one. They're number one in reading, they're number one in math, and they're number one in something else. And they don't put any pressure on their kids. They let them grow into being humans and then make them learn stuff.
I don't disagree with that. And then the whole thing about brain development, there are kids at the bus stop near me. They're at the bus stop at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And they don't come home until 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's been proven adolescent minds and teenagers, they don't even their mind doesn't wake up until afternoon.
Yeah.
Move the school day.
Right.
This is supposed to be a funny podcast. So we're just getting really deep.
Yeah.
I was expelled from school.
Oh.
Yeah, that's hysterical. Which I thought was ironic at the time, back when I thought I knew everything at 16. Right. They expelled me from school for not going to school. I used to cut class a lot. So I got called into the principal and they said, "You're out." Huh. And I'm like, "Well, why?" "Well, you've missed 100. And I'm like, "Oh, okay. So let me get this straight. You want me to not come to school anymore because I'm not coming to school." However, and this is my music teacher at the time, Dorothy Craven, fought to get me back in.
Nice.
And the vice principal at the time had her back. They let me come back. I had to go to summer school to make up the year. Changed my life.
Nice. Well, it's nice when somebody's willing to fight for you. Yeah.
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 She saw something and, nurtured it. And
yeah, that's great. That's great. There was a English teacher, Mrs. Armstrong.
Okay.
Was that her name? No, I'm confused.
We'll go with that.
Now I'm yeah. Well, I think I'm confusing two beautiful, strong black women and merging them into one. One was my first boss at work, and the other was my English teacher. And I can't remember. Now I can't remember. There's my almost 60 propping up.
What's the other one's name?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay, we'll move on. So what did Mrs. Armstrong, if that is her name?
Oh, she just, I wrote something that was creative, and she just thought it was the best thing. She saw it. She thought it was the best thing that she ever read. I don't know. It was about a talking quarter. I don't.
Teachers.
They can make you or they can break you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they're also overworked and underpaid.
Then there's that.
Yes, because I do a podcast now too.
No, yeah.
Did you know?
Let's talk about your podcast.
Only because it relates to what we're talking about.
Yeah.
The name of the podcast is BRAS,
Oh.
which is the acronym for Bitches Ranting About Shit.
Oh, no.
And I just give a microphone to my guests
Yeah.
and let them rant.
There you
know,
go.
just to give people who don't have a microphone in their face on a regular basis a voice. And I just interviewed my friend's daughter, who is a public school teacher,
Yeah.
and wanted to rant about the cyberbullying, but by the parents reading and believing, her example, litter boxes in the new high school to accommodate the furries. Fake, not true, not happening. Leave the teachers alone.
Yes.
And they are paying for their own school supplies. They, the parents question them. The administration sides with the parents because they don't want to they're getting it from everywhere.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
buy a box of crayons for your local teachers.
Yeah, they're
Do
doing the
something
best they
nice.
can with,
Yes.
with the tools they have, also with the curriculum at hand. They're trying to put all this stuff, all this information into brains that aren't even fully formed. And I'm not sure that that's the right thing. We may want to look at what Finland is doing.
Yes.
And see if we can't model after that and let kids become fully grown and
Grow
into
with
their
own
bodies,
pace. Yeah.
and then figure it out. I just started doing Tai Chi, and all I can say about Tai Chi is if you don't know what it's about, figure it out. Because I wish that when I was 5, rather than try to get me to do calisthenics and climb ropes and do all this weird stuff that I was never ever going to do,
Yeah.
I wish I had learned Tai Chi when I was 5. Yeah, that would have been much better for me.
We have a lot. Yeah. You don't rope climb anymore?
Yeah, no, there's
like-
0 chances that I am ever climbing a rope and dinging some bell. It's not happening. If there's not nice stairs that take me up the wall and down, if I'm running, run with me. Just don't ask questions. Something really
there's a
bad is
reason.
back
Yeah,
there,
you see me
and
run
let's
and
just
follow,
go.
right? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm with
because
you.
yeah. So the Tai Chi, it's breathing, it's flowing, it's playing with energy. It's I love it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Anyway, so I have to grill you now
Oh,
because you have a resume
yes.
that I downloaded and I have here. And it does say that your mother says that she believes you're the most talented, beautiful, funny woman that she knows.
I needed a quote. That was made up. I mean,
When in doubt,
hopefully
say your
someone-
mother said it, and then especially
gonna quote?
after she passes, mom's the word.
That's just it. My mom has passed, and my mom was really funny, but not on purpose. She would say and do stuff.
Oh, mine too.
But I am a comedic actor rather. My brothers, are both in the industry, my sister. And she would come to my shows and just sit there.
Oh.
And I'd be like, Mommy, I can see you. And she'd be like, you're not funny, Doreen. And I'm like, play along, woman. But my father, he was funny. He
that's
was
funny.
funny, and he thought I was funny.
That's-
So yeah, I made that quote up. And you're making
Maybe
me think.
perhaps in the afterlife she does believe
Well,
that
maybe she believes it, never said it.
she finally gets it now.
Okay,
That she's not worried about you embarrassing her. Isn't that like what moms do? They're like too busy worried about whether or not we're embarrassing them to be supportive.
I don't know if she ever got, She was funny, Franny.
All right, now second
Yes.
thing I want to know about.
Yes.
It says you started your showbiz career at the tender age of 8 in front of 20,000 people with none other than Diana Ross and the Supremes.
Yes,
I need to know
true.
about this.
True. Not as glamorous as I made it sound, but my brother, the aforementioned brother,
Yes.
was and still is a Diana Ross and the Supreme aficionado. He taught my sister and I Supreme choreography before we could form full sentences. So this was at the Indiana State Fair, 1968. He's older than me. So he had they were playing the fair. And were the Temptations with them? I don't remember. That's not important. I didn't meet them. I didn't perform with them. But he went to every show that they had. He wasn't there for the cotton candy and the roller coaster. So he knew that at a certain point in the show, they were going to call kids up to dance with them.
Oh, he had you ready.
He had me ready, me and my sister. So there we were. Diane, Miss Ross called my sister and I up, and there was another little boy. The three of us came up, and she interviewed us on stage, and then we got to dance the number.
Oh, that's amazing.
And, yeah. And my little sailor hat flew off because, you know, I was giving it my all, and she put it on her mic stand.
Oh.
Wonder what ever happened to that hat.
No, well, you know, that's actually really an amazing story because, I mean, in 1968, that's like in the middle of all the civil unrest and integration is just, and it was all this controversy about who got to see these beautiful Black performers.
I was raised in Motown.
Yeah.
You know,
that's one of the best. That's if Motown is one of, if it comes back, it's one of the best shows I've ever seen at PPAC. Just saying.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, like I said, Diana Ross and the Supremes, The Temptations, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, the Four Tops. I mean, this is the music I was raised on.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then that was the last time I saw Miss Ross until she came to PPAC, I think, or PPAC or the stadium.
Yeah, right.
And she's still performing. She's 81 and still is touring.
God bless her. Oh, that's awesome. You know,
she doesn't know anything else.
Not
she started at
right.
16.
Right. She doesn't
15?
have to. She doesn't have to know anything else. She doesn't even have to do her. She doesn't have to do her hair or makeup.
Diana Ross.
Walk out and be Diana Ross, and then walk back up, and we're good.
Yay!
Sing a half a song, and we'd be all like done.
She's not wearing the heels she used to. That
I don't blame her.
She had orthopedic shoes.
I once did a one-woman show all about
shoes.
All about why men were more comfortable and secure in the world because they had better shoes.
I don't disagree with that.
Which is I don't participate in the shoe thing. I have giant feet. If I'm going to wear ladies' shoes, I would have to go to the drag queen store.
I was going to say the drag queen
That's
department.
the only place I could get shoes that were big enough to be comfortable on my feet would be in the drag queen store.
What size do you wear? Oh, you do have big feet.
Yeah, they're huge. I wear these are like a men's 10.5.
Wow. Well, you know, they say big feet.
No. Mm-mm.
See, I still
don't, none of that.
I have.
She's a little tiny. I was just picturing, you know, these little blonde-haired, blue-eyed kids going up to sing with Diana Ross. I'm sure there were some people that were just like out of their minds about that, but I think it's fantastic. Thank you so much for taking care of that.
And we were raised like I never. In fact, as I got older, I took heat from my friends, and you know, some of my white friends were like, if you hang out with them, you're not hanging out with us. I'm like,
a good way to know who not to be friends with.
Well, that's what I said. They've never said that to me about you. So
besides writing for us, which is going to be fantastic, I read the first column. It's going to be a lot of fun and is fantastic. You're still performing with Charlie?
Yes, Aging Disgracefully. You can get our schedule and buy tickets at agingdisgracefully.net.
Oh.
The summer sucked. We had very few shows. The shows that we had were very sparsely attended. But I've heard this from other comedians too, and venues, restaurants. Everybody's having a tough time. So thank you, anybody and everybody that did come out, because, you know, I think for what we charge for our shows, which varies depending on where the restaurant is, because there's food, it's still money that people don't have disposable income.
Yeah.
You know? So we appreciate anybody that comes out and supports.
Right.
September's picking up. So we're happy about that. I mentioned I might be putting the ladies' room back out there, but that's only once a year in March, Women's Month. I'm doing the podcast, which right now it's a once a month thing, because you know how long it takes to shoot and edit stuff.
Yeah.
I'm doing little tiny ones here and there, writing for you. What else am I doing? I don't know.
Yeah, well, you're staying busy and active, and out there with Charlie. I saw Charlie at the Women's Expo it was the last time I saw you, and he did
Of course,
mention
Charlie was at the
that
Women's
this
Expo.
is Doreen's second time on the Spotlight interview show. I didn't get to interview her, but she sort of said, but we still haven't had Charlie on. So will you tell Charlie to give me a call and
You'll have to pick him up.
Oh, I have to pick him up.
Okay,
That's-
he doesn't drive, so I did mention it to him. I'm sure he forgot or didn't hear me. This show writes itself, okay? Because we've been together 26 years.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, but I know he's starting some new venture too with somebody else. I'm not going to promote it.
There you have it. There you have it. I'm going to give everybody a break who couldn't get out this summer to any of our friends, your shows. But because there's a lot going on summer. The summer goes by so fast. People want to have vacations. They want to go to the beach. Plus, the grass just did not stop growing. Keeping up with the yard work. I'm a staycation person. Luckily, I have a fantastic brother who helps me out with the yard work. Thank God.
Yes.
But now it's the fall. The season is coming. And
well, you know what I just did? Poppy Champlin. Do you know Poppy?
I do.
Okay, she'd be another good get. But Poppy just moved. She was doing the pump house sold. So she has moved her stuff to Joyce's Pub in Wakefield. So I just performed there Saturday night on Poppy's hot mic.
Nice.
So, I mean, I can be bought.
She's for sale. Go to her website.
Yes.
Which is what I did, DoreenCollins.com. And available always for private shows.
Yep.
And you can find out all the different things she's doing, places she's performing. And you can check her out. Support local talent. I know when the big shows come to town, we want to support.
Matt Wave doesn't need your money. Okay.
We want to support the people that we love. But, in the meantime, there's lots of local talent, that are performing at different local venues that need your support,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we need to laugh.
Yes. We need to laugh. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but the truth is, if you cannot get all caught up in the political bullshit that's going on, really, you have to set it aside and then do due diligence, look up, register to vote, look up who you're going to vote for, and then go in the booth, pull the lever, vote for, or fill in the dots, vote for who you're going to vote for, and then get on with it. Because that's all you can do.
But like you said, do your due diligence.
Yes.
Don't just listen to the news or, your people. Branch out a little.
Yeah.
Get other points of view and just do the work.
Yeah.
And
then make your decision.
Right.
And then
what's best for you.
And then get on with your life. Because that's how we win.
Well, Charlie Hall created the Ocean State Follies, which was all about political satire and humor. We had to stop doing it when certain administrations went into office because it got very volatile. People weren't laughing about it anymore. All of a sudden, you couldn't make fun of, nobody could take a joke.
Yeah.
Whereas prior to that, I made my bones playing David Cicilline. He loved it.
Right.
And, I borrowed his clothes. He borrowed mine. We had a great time. That's how we became friends. He married Frank and me, my husband and me. We were married by David Cicilline. Love him.
That's so cute.
But he laughed at the things we said about him.
Yeah.
Everybody laughed. People aren't laughing anymore, and that's what's getting us in trouble. That's why we are where we are.
Yeah, we got to get back into it's kind of why the Rhode Island Wave is what it is. It's kind of dialing it back. It's a little old school. Some people, if you know the old school, they'll call it refreshing. I'll interview any political candidate and I just tell you what they said, or you can watch the video and hear what they said.
Make your own decision.
But my opinions, what I think, isn't really that important. It's what, that's the whole point.
Yep.
then we gotta laugh. We gotta go to your shows. We gotta go to John Parada's shows. My buddy there with his Comedy Factory.
I know. I was just talking to him earlier too. Things are, I said, John, if you're looking for company, here I am. Misery loves each other. We,
yeah,
we're free. Let's go have coffee.
Well, and, hopefully, hopefully the summer thing, has something to do with it. And now the weather's going to be a little cooler. We're ready to come in and watch your dinner comedy shows and have a good laugh. And welcome aboard. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
To do a column for us.
Of course.
And pick up your paper. Your copy. I leave those bloopers in just so you know. Pick up the copy of the Rhode Island Wave, and I do that on purpose in case you're curious, because I want you to know that I'm a real person. This is not scripted. We're just having a conversation.
I'm AI.
It's my little bot. If I was going to design a bot friend, I'd design it to be just like you. There you go.
Well, I talked to your bot. I love your bot.
Oh yeah, I do have a bot.
You do?
That answers the phone for me. Because listen, I get 5,000. They must know I'm poor. They want to sell me money at these ridiculous. Like I just can't answer the phone, and they're really aggressive. Yeah. Like I just can't. And then what happens is, I get aggressive back, and it doesn't bring out the finer points of me.
Well,
so I let the bot screen my calls. Anyway, and don't use the bot for therapy, but yes, have them screen your calls.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.